What's up, everybody? As you can see, we got a pretty cool spread here today. These are a lot of the common pistol calibers that you can find on the market today. A lot of them are being carried concealed. A lot of them are being used in agencies such as the FBI, armed forces, and so on. These are just a couple of the calibers that I personally own, and I wanted to demonstrate today kinetic energy with common pistol calibers. And how does that translate on target? How does kinetic energy in foot-pounds translate on target? I'm gonna squeeze a lot of information in a little bit of time today, so bear with me. Starting from smallest to largest today, we will be starting with 22 long rifle, moving to a 380 ACP, 5.7 by 28, 38 special, 9mm, 45 ACP, 357 Magnum, 410 shotgun shell, and last but not least, the 44 Magnum. All right, with the 22 LR, I'll be using my Walther P22 chambered in 22 long rifle. It's got a 4-inch barrel. Bullet should be moving slightly over 1,000 feet per second, which is going to translate to roughly 80 so pounds of foot energy. Foot-pounds of energy. I said that backwards. See if I can hit the whole. So I'll try to hold. All right. So with our 22, as you can see, it barely moved it at all. I mean, this half-inch is not light, and that's why I think today's test should be very interesting. The bullet should swing it around to the other side. So we'll see at what level, at what energy foot-pounds, is it enough to just move the target to the other side? Let's find out. For the 380 ACP shot, I'm gonna be using the Easy 380, however you wanna say it, made by Smith & Wesson. It's coming out of about a 4-inch barrel, so we're looking at velocities right around 900 feet per second. I will be using a 90 grain hollow point, so 900 feet per second is gonna roughly translate to about 160 foot-pounds-ish of kinetic energy. So we're looking at about double kinetic energy between this one and the 22 long rifle. Take our shot. So again, it did not swing the target around to the other side of the head. So that leads me to believe that it is still not that impressive. But it does have twice the kinetic energy of the 22 long rifle. So with those results, let's step it up a notch. Let's try 5.7 by 28. All right, for the 5.7 by 28, I will be using Palmetto State Armory 5.7 Rock. All right, so let's see what this 40 grain VMAX bullet can do, traveling at about 1,655 feet per second out of this 5-inch barrel, 243 foot-pounds of energy for the 5.7 by 28. All right, let's see what that translates to on steel. It's getting suspenseful. It's slowly starting to show a little bit and a little bit more kinetic energy each time we move up. As we went from the 88 pounds with the 22 long rifle, the 160 pounds with the 380, and now the 243 pounds with the 5.7 by 28. I would say that the target has moved pretty much about 60%, 60%, somewhere around there, around the head of the target. So yes, more than the 380, and I would say significantly more powerful than the 22 long rifle. Let's step it up a notch and let's see what 9mm can do. This is a Glock 19. It is a Gen 4. I've done a lot to it. Maybe you'll see this again in later videos. But I will be firing 124 grain 9mm round, and the round is traveling just above 1,150 feet per second, and that should translate to 360 foot-pounds of energy on the target. So if you combine the 22 with a 5.7, pretty much you have 9mm, at least on paper. Let's see if we can hit our target. So 9 hit right there, and it really pushed it around to the other side. Did what it was intended to do. Now with 364 foot-pounds, you almost have enough foot-pounds for 1 foot-pound per day of the year. Just something to consider. That's why a lot of law enforcement and our armed forces are using 9mm in their duty guns, because as you can see, kinetically, it's effective. Maybe we can make it swing around to the other side faster. I don't know, we'll see. For the 38 Special, I'll be using the Taurus Protector Poly. 38 Special. This 38 Special is traveling all right, that was a hit right around here. With our 38 Special, 158 grain hollow point, moving around 750 feet per second out of that snub nose. And that translates to roughly 200 foot-pounds of energy. Hence why it didn't swing all the way around the head. For the 45 ACP, we are shooting a 230 grain full metal jacket. Out of this Glock 30, the bullet should be traveling around 890 feet per second, translating to 404 foot-pounds of kinetic energy. It wasn't recording the 45 ACP shot for some odd reason, so I'll be duplicating the shot, hopefully to duplicate the results. This shot was not as eventful as the shot that I did not record. I wish I got it on camera, I don't know why, but again, we had another good hit. I think I stacked it, and then it went around and stopped on the other side. But the shot previous to that, it actually did a 1.5, where the 45 hit it, it went to this side, hit it so hard that it chipped the paint off of the popper target and then bounced it back about halfway. So I called it a 1.5, and then when I went behind the camera to stop the camera, it wasn't even recording. But anyway, we can see that that 45 has some authority. All right, now firing the 357 Magnum, still out of the snub nose Taurus Protector Poly, 158 grains, but this is moving considerably faster. And I didn't hit shit. Snub noses are not inherently accurate at range. And I'm aiming right at it, and I'm not hitting anything. So I'm gonna take a practice shot. See where the so guess what I'm gonna do this time? I'm gonna hold down and to the right. 38 Special, putting that smack down. We starting to see it climb up a little bit. Okay, for the 410, I will be using the Taurus Judge, Public Defender Poly. I just wanna see how it prints. This is Hornady's Critical Defense. It is designed for use in the Taurus Judge. So we should see about 3 impacts at most on the steel. Let's see what happens. I don't think they're all gonna make it on the target, but if they do, I'll be thoroughly impressed. I should have been able to count 3 impacts with that Hornady Critical Defense round. There was 1 45 caliber slug. Yeah, that's probably all the accuracy you're gonna get out of that one. That's the only thing flying straight. The 2 35 caliber balls vanished into oblivion. 240 grain full metal jacket, 44 Magnum. This is my Taurus Raging Hunter. This will be traveling about 1,400 feet per second out of this 6 3/4 inch barrel, which translates to just over 1,100 foot-pounds of energy. So, of course, this is the heaviest hitter we have today. Well, this used to be painted. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Show's over.